Today we share with you guys exactly what it was like for us to go from living in a traditional home to an off-grid tiny house. We had some hiccups with our builder as well as immigration. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Sean, and this is Big Island Tiny Home. Welcome.
We wanted to talk about today our journey from Mable Lake. We saw our tiny home for the first time, which was very exciting.
Yes.
To finally see it, because we've seen pictures. We weren't even sure if it was really there. It could have been someone else's home.
Yeah.
Who
Hey,
knows?
by the way, spoiler alert, the background, this is our tiny house. So everything worked out.
In that time, it was very stressful, and so it was nice to be in Mable Lake where our tiny house was being built, just because we had direct communication with the builder and we knew exactly where it was and where it is in the process. So that was really nice. And I think, what else? We actually had to leave. So it was a little stressful at that time, and we'll kind of show you how that experience was for us.
Yeah, check it out. All right, so we are doing errands today, and we have a lot of them to do because in about one more day we need to drive back to Vancouver to do something we haven't told you guys about yet. I'm going through the whole permanent residency process in Canada, which is actually fairly easy if you're married, so I'm grateful for that, but it still is a process, and it is a little bit scary because for some reason, you know, they could just say you can't live here, which probably won't happen, but that's been running in the background this whole time that we've also been having our tiny home built, which is why the timing has been crucial. We have everything that we need. They need 2 photographs, they need a couple other documents. I have to have my passport, my work permit, etc., etc. And then the hope is that they'll just issue me my permanent residency then and there.
Yeah. And so this is our first time driving into town because of the flat tire. So it took, I think it happened on, what was it, Friday, and then they couldn't get a tire for us until Monday.
Yeah.
So this is our first time on our own.
Yeah.
We were relying on our builder to kind of take us around. And we didn't, get to explore or do the errands that we needed. So today's the first day, and it's kind of actually our last day.
Yeah.
So we're cramming it all in one. It's going to be good. We're going to get everything done and then relax.
So there's a couple other things we have to figure out too, like the ferry fees, also the logistics with finishing the solar. The solar isn't complete yet. Technically, there's some other odds and ends that need to get finished on the house as well. So Wednesday is when that should happen, and today's Tuesday. So that should all be wrapped up tomorrow as we're heading out, and then we need to transfer ownership of the trailer of the actual house from the builder to us so we can insure it for the drive over there. There's just so many little details. So we've been making notes and trying to figure all this out, all while trying to also enjoy ourselves. So it's a bit of a challenge, but I guess it's a good problem to have, and it's a good thing to try to work through because you need to also enjoy yourself. So that's mostly a struggle for me, and Sarah seems to be fine, which is great. So I'm learning a little bit from her about how to just kind of live in the moment and be okay with the ambiguity, because usually everything works out. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, there's not much that you can do in some certain situations, so it's good to remember that and not worry about the future and just stay present in the moment. And that's where you'll be the happiest.
Yeah, as much as you can.
Yeah.
So, and there's other processes for that, like mindfulness, and we'll talk more about that another time. Big day today. I'm at Home Depot right now getting the cement blocks that are going to go underneath our tiny home. And I think I just did that. Let me turn that around. The video that is, show you. So yeah, should be perfect. Let's see.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update. We're in Vancouver right now and we're kind of doing some chores today. So some last things that we're having to do before our house is going to be delivered is pay for the rest of it. So we went to the bank and got some cashier's checks and deposited it into their accounts. So we're all set and we've paid for everything. So now we're just waiting for them to drive it over and drop it off. And what else did we do?
Yeah, so we just picked up some cinder blocks from Home Depot. I just took a quick video. Hopefully you just saw that, if I'm good at editing at all. And so those should work for supports for, what would it be? It's like a jack stand. So the house sits on kind of like 4 jack stands. So at the very beginning, we need 4 cement blocks to go underneath the jack stand. So as we're jacking the house up, we're not jacking it into the earth, basically. So we did that, and yeah, again, those should work. And then, yeah, we're just waiting, like Sarah was saying, for the ferry trip across. So.
Update. Today is, what day is it? Thursday? We've been in Vancouver for the last week, waiting for our tiny house to be completed and delivered. And so today's the day. And it turned out not the way we were expecting. So, oh yeah, we didn't hear anything from the builder about the delivery. And then all of a sudden at like, what was it? Like 11 o'clock, we get a call from the driver saying that they're already there.
The tiny home itself is in the area of Duncan, British Columbia, which is on Vancouver Island. And that's like 3 to 4 hours away from Vancouver. So we're waiting for a ferry right now to get to what's called Nanaimo. And then we got to drive down to Duncan. And that'll land us there around 3 p.m. And it gets dark here today at 4:20, literally. So it's like,
yeah. It's
we're
not
gonna have
giving
an
us
hour
much
and 20
time.
minutes to like settle our house.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, we already have an Airbnb set up for tonight. We're thinking we just get it in place, get it secured, lock it up, revisit it in the morning. And there's a lot of other stuff we'll need to do then. But right now it's just kind of waiting still.
I know. As crazy as it seems, we've been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I think we're finally getting the house, and we're not going to be getting, the footage that we were hoping to get.
I think our whole experience of this entire process could have gone a lot smoother. So I hesitate to recommend our builder, I'm not even going to say the name, for the tiny home. And it's unfortunate because I think the craftsmanship that they produce is actually phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just that when they tell you a date, it's not the real date. So, and in our case was actually quite important. I almost missed out on becoming a permanent resident because of it.
It's still exciting.
It's been another lesson, going through this process. It's like, what do you expect versus what actually happens? And how do you deal with that stress? I haven't been perfect at it. I'll admit that for sure. Okay, so things are frustrating.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it? How do you get what you want in a way that's humane? Namaste.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.